the shadowed peaks of the Salt Lake Valley to the mist-covered banks of the Hudson Valley, and all across the globe, the signal drifts through the night. This is Midnight Signals. Now, here are your hosts, Sergeant Shenanigator and Alien Mike.
Alien Mike, what's going on, man?
Hey, another day in paradise. How are you doing?
I'm just living the dream, Another rough 2 weeks. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving holiday, man.
The holiday itself was fine. Like I was telling you earlier, I've been sick off and on. I feel like crap today. Can't get my blood sugar to stabilize. So
Oh, wow.
it's been pretty rough.
They seem to be doing a little bit better today, or about the same.
It's about
What do
the
you mean?
same. I just this morning I woke up with not much sleep and had a little bit of energy, and it's just gone. So
I'm sorry to
another
hear
one of
that.
those days. Oh,
I'm
thanks.
sorry to
How
hear
about you?
that.
How are you doing?
I am frozen.
Frozen. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
looked at the weather this morning and it said it was like 10 degrees there.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
was
when
I
I
was
when I woke
jealous.
up at about 2 in the morning, it was 7.
Yep.
Fun stuff.
Yeah, that's
But
gotta be exciting. I mean, I know you're not huge fans of the cold,
nope, I'm
but
I'm looking towards Florida right now. If I ever have the money, I might become a true New Yorker. Summer's up here, winter's down there.
yep. Yep. And see, I'm trying to get straight to cold. I mean, it
I,
snowed a little bit today for all of about 5 minutes, and we really haven't had anything but the mountains, and it stays around 35, 40. So it's strange weather
oh,
right now.
well, we're gonna have some fun tonight, man. I know
It's
this is kind of right up your alley. I
Yeah,
know
it
we're
is.
both into UFOs and aliens,
Yep.
and this is the headquarters of it all right here. So we
Yeah,
are going
there
to
you
be
go.
talking about Area 51 tonight.
I am looking forward to it. Um like last week or 2 weeks ago, I kind of headed it up. You had a rough week. That's how mine is gone. So I hope it's okay with you. I'm going to kind of let you take control, and I'll follow suit.
Jump in anytime you want, man.
Yeah, I sure will.
So I give you a basic history of Area 51. Back after World War II, when we started really going hard and heavy on the atomic testing and moving into the nuclear testing, Area 51 was part of the Nevada test site, the Nevada test
Hmm.
range, where they were testing all the bombs. I'm sorry, I'm losing my
Yep.
voice, man. This has
Oh,
been
you're
good.
totally. Yeah, it's getting worse as the. I mean, we've been talking for 40 minutes, and it sounds like it's getting worse and worse.
It's going away quick. So um, yeah, we started doing all of our atomic and nuclear testing at the Nevada test site. Well,
Right.
one of the places we did the testing was at Nevada test site. And this is probably Area 51. You're looking at, I don't know, straight line distance, maybe 50 miles from Las Vegas.
Yep.
So during the time they were testing, they also came up with a brand new uh, tourist attraction. They had atomic blast parties
Hmm.
where they'd actually go out onto the strip and enjoy alcohol and watch the mushroom clouds.
Yep.
I can't even imagine today, knowing what we know, going out and doing that.
Yeah, that wouldn't happen. That's for sure.
So, where Area 51 got its name was back during the Nevada test site days. They squared everything up in that area and extended it out quite a bit.
Mhm.
Um, but they numbered each one of these little areas, these square blocks, and Groom Lake just happened to be inside Area 51.
Yep.
So everybody's like, well, if there's an Area 51, there's an Area 52. You're right. It's actually directly above the Area 51 grid square.
Yep. And see, that's what I always found really, at first, I only knew of Area 51 just from what you see in movies and in magazines and books. And then as you kind of get into it farther and you see that it's Area 51, 52, 12, 13, 14, it's all numbered. And each one does.
Yes, atomic weapons are very psychological.
Yep.
Before we go any further, I'm going to give you a quick military story of one of my dumb days. I did some research on how I could recreate a small mushroom cloud. And we figured out how to do it with black powder.
Okay, now I'm interested.
In the training area and set it off. And we had an infantry unit that was out training, honestly thought that we'd blown up a nuclear or atomic weapon. They were taking cover. They were throwing their mop gear on.
How much did you use?
Way too much. Way too much.
Well, if that's one thing I know about the military is we kind of go overboard on stuff.
Actually,
do they have
in 7C? We are going to get into the EMP weapons here shortly. That's actually part of the ending of the program. But to answer that question, yes, they do have EMP weapons.
Yeah, there's something. I'm glad that was brought up because there's something that I saw recently about that I'd love to talk about.
So anyway, back to the history. Around 1951, they decided that Groom Lake was originally a VIP area where they'd fly in senators, congressmen, generals to come out and watch the nuclear blast or the atomic blast. And they used the dry Groom Lake facility because it could handle small aircraft and helicopters landing on it. 1951, they decided that they were going to turn it more into a permanent research base, but not for the conspiracies that we usually talk about. They were turning it into a facility where they could build and test things like the SR-71, the U-2 spy plane.
Yep.
So they were doing serious covert work out there. And that's kind of where the whole Area 51 aliens thing came about. I mean, we'll get to Bob Lazar and stuff later. Yep. But because of the secrecy, and back then, before they opened up some of the land to public land like they have now, back then, this airfield where did it go? So this airfield was actually completely surrounded by the Nellis Air Force Base bomb and gunnery range. So it was perfect. Nobody could get in there for fear of being blown up by a fighter jet or a bomber dropping something out there. And there, around that area, there is a ton of unexploded ordnances. So it was the perfect place to start building this facility. The Department of Energy originally was going to keep the whole thing, but they started giving some of the stuff back that was deemed safe. They gave it back to Bureau of Land Management to open it up to people like you and I to go out there and trail ride and hike and things like that. So the lower contaminated areas are what's open to the people right now. And from this test site, if you go southwest about 50 miles, you're in Las Vegas. If you go southwest from that airfield, 25 miles, you'll see probably the first three craters of an above ground explosion and then about 5 or 6 craters that were below ground explosions. So halfway to Las Vegas from Area 51, it's still pretty contaminated.
Oh yeah, and I don't think most of the people there actually realize that how bad it can be.
Yeah. So that's pretty much a quick history of how Area 51 came about. Because of its location, that's where the conspiracy started. What are they hiding out there? Because there's no way for a civilian to get out there. You know, back then it was locked entirely by the gunnery range.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where the conspiracy started. And there are rumors that the crash from Roswell was either brought to Los Alamos and then pieces were sent to Area 51.
Yeah.
Or the entire thing was sent to Area 51 with pieces sent back to Los Alamos.
Yeah, and see, I've heard all of those, that it was both first sent to Alamos and then to 51 and vice versa. So, of course, we're not going to know.
Oh, we got Mark Croy 7676 just down the road from CIA's forward operating base. I have not heard of Laurel Canyon. Have you?
I have, but I don't remember all of the details of it, to be completely honest.
Well, I'm writing that down. I have never heard of it. Thank you.
Oh, whoops. I totally messed that up here. Real place in the famous conspiracy narrative. Winding Bohemian. Yeah. Neighborhood in Hollywood Hills. Oh, shit. I just exited out of everything. Good job, Mike.
Excuse me.
Laurel Canyon contained a secret military film studio called Lookout Mountain Air Force Station. Produced classified military films, had full Hollywood grade sound stages, worked with nuclear test footage.
Oh no,
yeah.
I've got to look more into this then. Hey, Mark Roy, by any chance, was the moon landing filmed at Laurel Canyon? So to answer Ted's question, what happens if animals wander out onto it? Now the radiation level is low enough that, I mean, it does cause some sickness. There are several Area 1 employees that have tried to get workers' comp or disability because of radiation poisoning. But they're tying it into everything else, you know, all the testing that's going on, the chemical, the biological. So they don't know exactly where it came from, and they've denied all their claims. So military and civilians that have worked out there are coming down sick with something that looks like radiation poisoning, but they're denying that they have it because this area wasn't actually officially bombed. Wow, this is gonna be a long night if I got to keep drinking tea to keep my voice.
All right, so where do we? Oh, I'm on the wrong one now.
Yeah, so we're gonna go into.
I'm looking up Laurel Canyon still.
We're gonna escape from. We're gonna escape from Area 51 for a minute. When we first started, I said that the entire Nevada test site, which, I mean, we found out, Mike and I just found out this evening, goes a lot further than we thought it did.
Oh, yeah.
The Nevada test site starts out at Area 1. Area 1 is, oh, sorry, no, that's the wrong picture. There we go. This is part of Area 1. does kind of make you wonder what they were doing out there. Not really.
They were
But
fishing.
um, for anybody that's watched the atomic explosions where the house gets blown down, the roof is blown off a house, that is actually part of Area 1.
Mhm.
On the south side of Area 1 was where they did the very first blast. On the north side of Area 1 is where they had the housing and the offices, and all the secure area, the behind the thick plexiglass, thick window areas. So if you've seen those explosions on any history reel, that is Area 1. And that's actually more towards like the interstate area, the Interstate 80 area up north. It's almost up into uh I just forgot the name of the city. Name some cities, Mike. There's
Salt
Wendover,
Lake City.
Elko.
Yeah, Elko, Reno.
Yeah. So it's halfway between Elko and Reno, probably around the Battle Mountain area and south. That's where Area 1 starts.
Mm.
Well, it goes from Interstate 80 all the way down to basically the Las Vegas border. And then it goes out to the California border, or it used to go out to the California border, but now it's kind of Pahrump east. And on the
Yeah,
opposite side, for anybody that's been out that way, the Little Alien and uh, this is going to be a long night, Mike. Rachel, Nevada.
oh
That's it. The Little
yeah,
Alien and Rachel, Nevada.
it's already a long night for me. So I get what you're saying.
So then tonight, while we were finishing up our research, we found out about a little thing called Area 23. And Area 23 has tunnels that goes out to the Nevada test site. Mike, where's Area 23?
The one that I found.
The one that I found too, that both say the same thing.
So it's in Dugway Proving Grounds, which
Lovely
is
proving grounds in Utah.
it. Dugway is probably maybe an hour from
Yeah,
me, about that,
that's
and it
about
was a
right.
little
Yeah.
bit. Um, yeah, I remember, quite a few years ago, my dad talking to me saying that he had heard somewhere that they were considering moving sections or part or something to do with Area 51 out to Utah, not the conspiracy side of it, just the military side of it. And I thought, yeah, right, it'll be all over the news. You'll hear something about that.
Oh yeah.
And I pulled that up today and I went, you got to be kidding me. It's been here for 60 years.
I was
Something
actually
like that.
researching Dugway yesterday, and somebody had taken some pictures of an area that they weren't supposed to, and it was a tunnel entrance.
Mhm.
And that tunnel entrance looked exactly like this tunnel entrance. This is Area 12.
Yep.
And these tunnels are scattered all over the Nevada test site. Most of the tunnels are vertical, and that's where they would
Blast.
put the bombs down to do the in-ground explosions. And I have heard interviews from people that have worked in these tunnels back in the 60s. They would detonate. They would go in through this tunnel, dig down, and then tunnel back towards the flat areas, leave it there, and then come back and put a blast door on top of the hole they just dug.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sealed. I mean, it's really not sealed, but the blast door has sealed the entrance.
Right.
And then they detonate the bomb.
Yeah.
But this tunnel, this is Area 12, and Area 12 runs along the Rainier Mesa. The Rainier Mesa is where Tunnel B is located. This is Tunnel B right here, plus Tunnel C, D, and F, and E, and G, and I, and J, and K are all located on this mesa. This mesa is probably no more than about, I don't know, a 5-mile mesa. And they've got all these tunnels that run through it. And the reason I'm bringing these tunnels up is because I have had arguments with people that tell me there are no underground facilities at Area 51. There are no tunnel systems at Area 51. This
They're
tunnel
everywhere.
right here is a straight shot. If you aim this, if you laid a map down with this entrance right where it's located and drew a straight line, it goes through Groom Lake.
Yep.
And Groom Lake is maybe 4 or 5 miles from that tunnel entrance. So why couldn't it?
Yeah.
Why
I mean,
couldn't there be tunnels out there?
You brought up something before we went live that I brought up before. I don't know if you plan on bringing it up later, but I figured I'll bring it up now since you were talking about Alamos earlier and tunnels now. If you remember me talking about the guy that from Gaia that worked at Alamos.
I remember arguing with you saying there was no tunnels.
Yeah. And he was so adamant that there was a tunnel that went from Los Alamos to Area 51 to some part of Area 50, one of the sections. He never said which one. And I thought, okay, well, somebody would have had to have found that or found with all the scanning and everything, you know, there had to be some evidence of it. And I'm kind of on the verge of believing there's very well a tunnel going straight through.
Yeah, I when we talked about Los Alamos during I think it was the Zone of Silence, wasn't it? No, it was Roswell.
No, Roswell.
Yeah, when we were talking about that, I remember saying there is no way that we could have tunnels all the way to Area 51 from Los Alamos.
Yep.
I was very adamant about it. And over the last 2 weeks of research on Area 51, I take it all back.
Yeah.
I believe it is possible now.
Yeah. And like I said, the thing that kind of made me question it is with all the different sonar and all the other technologies they have that is constantly scanning around, you would think they'd see something, but you don't know how deep it is, you know? So I'm sorry, I'm getting caught up reading the comments too. I believe there's a tunnel there.
Yeah, I do
because
too.
you see very few things traveling that could, military wise going back and forth that route. So
I think the point I was trying to make is during the Nevada test site, there is no denying that they were digging tunnels.
Mm-hmm.
Right here, let me blow this up a little bit. This is a bomb being loaded into one of the tunnels to go into an underground facility for underground detonation. Oh, there it is. This is a map of just one section of the Rainier Mesa tunnel system. So it's walking tunnels, it's side tunnels, it's offices, it's headquarters space. So there's no way you can say there are no tunnels out there. I forgot to put the graphic up, didn't I?
Yep. I was waiting. I hear you clicking. I
Yeah,
thought you were getting ready.
I am doing good tonight. Now here is the graphic.
There we go.
That is the tunnel system just for Rainier Mesa Area 12. But what you'll notice over on the left is it kind of just, it's like it's a cutoff. I've looked at other maps. I'm sorry, to the right. It's a cutoff, but then you see an arrow continuing. The top right corner is an arrow pointing that tunnel continues.
Yep. So is this a side view of the tunnels?
What we were just looking at, I don't know why I'm using my mouse to point because you guys can't see my mouse.
No, I was doing the same
right
thing.
Right side, bottom, that kind of bigger complex right there at the bend.
Right side at the bottom. Where
that
at?
is the tunnel entrance. So
okay,
just
right.
Above, just above the all the definitions on the bottom right.
Yeah. Oh,
just
yeah.
That is the tunnel entrance that I just showed.
Okay. So.
Oh, Blasphemous One joined us.
So then this is a top-down look of.
Yes.
Okay.
Do I believe in Bill Schneider who talked about underground bases? Absolutely. But to be fair, when I was overseas, I actually worked in 2 underground bases in Korea. They're not classified, so I'm not giving anything away. You can easily find it.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it was dug into the side of a mountain. And we were bringing tractor trailers in there, hauling equipment. That's how big these tunnels were.
Oh yeah, even Salt Lake has got under State Street and Main Street. There are, as you're driving down the road, you'll see big hatches like metal doors on the ground. That they lift them up and they drive semis and stuff in there, transporting stuff throughout the city.
Yeah. So good God, hold on a second. Oh, somebody's lighting off a ton of fireworks here. Happy 4th of July. Yeah.
I thought somebody was shooting off a gun.
Hey, this one's for Neil. Stop it.
Yeah.
So back to I'm slowly working back to Area 51.
Yep.
So eventually in 1951, they decided that they were going to make this a testing facility for super secret stuff because nobody could get to it. And throughout the years, that super secret stuff turned into the SR-71. It turned into the U-2 spy plane. Yeah. Back in the late 70s is when they first started testing the stealth fighter and the stealth bomber.
Yep.
I didn't realize we were testing them as far back as the 1970s, but yeah, we were looking for stealth technology back then.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, Festival of Lights. Thank you, Lilith. Yes.
Oh.
I forgot that was going on. And then Linux says the CIA are coming. Once we get into the good stuff later today, I actually expect the CIA to show up. I expect to see it back. So, for anybody that's interested, I may post all of this on
if you can
Facebook page.
Yeah, if you can post it or send it to me.
This is just the basic. This right here is the basic of a few areas in a Nevada test site. So I might make that a PDF, and anybody wants to look at it, you can see all the tunnel entrances. You can see everything.
Are you able to make a PDF and put it on Facebook or Instagram for people to download?
Yeah, I'm going to do that probably
Okay.
tomorrow.
Okay. I didn't know if that was something you could do or if you had to do it individual photos.
I have no idea what the 53 codex is. I guess that's what he's saying. Don't you find it strange that I've never heard of it? So we talked about how it got its name. Area 51 was used at the beginning as an atomic and nuclear test site. But now is where the conspiracies start to grow. They were pulling up some incredible photos during the time that they were testing the U2 and then eventually the SR-71. They were pulling up these pictures and people were saying there is no way we can have pictures from that altitude look that clear. And that was the U2 spy plane, where both the U2 and the SR-71 were basically over tested at Area 51 once they had it built. And they were taking pictures of vehicles on the 405 as they flew by at 60,000 feet, 70,000 feet, whatever they were flying at. And they were clear enough that you could see occupants in the vehicle. You couldn't tell if male or female or anything like that, but you could see shadows in the vehicle, the color of the vehicles. These were crystal clear. And that's where the reverse technology stuff started coming up. They must have moved the alien ship from Roswell to Area 51 because there is no way that we could produce photos from that altitude that look that sharp.
Yep.
Part of me believes that, but then I've also seen the camera system in an SR-71, and it was basically the plane was built around the camera.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The new one too.
Oh, the SR-72?
No, it's not newer. It's shit. I was just watching something on it, but it's another one of those spy planes like the Stealth that shoot, what is it called? But they fly it out of Nevada, I believe.
Yeah.
I just can't think of the name of it. I'll have to find it later.
Hangar 18. Yep, Hangar 18 was down in New Mexico, and I still think that's where the wreckage from Roswell is. But I do believe that things have been transferred up to Area 51. Got somebody, Robert, joining us from dinner.
Hey, Robert, how's it going, man? Glad to have you on.
Excuse me. All right, so the conspiracies start in the late 50s, early 60s. And they only get worse because we start testing a lot of interesting things out there. You know, all of a sudden people are saying, I am an air traffic controller and I know I saw a plane fly, but I did not see it on radar. So the stealth technology turned into reverse engineering from aliens. Do I think that happened? I do. I can't picture that we went from being spotted on every radar to being stealth. I know it wasn't overnight, but basically overnight with no trial and error. Seems like the first one we finally sent out is the one that, you know, the one we stuck with.
I've got to figure out while you're going on. I'm going to find this real quick because it's going to drive me up a wall.
They also started using thermal imaging on nuclear blasts. The nuclear blasts were starting to actually die down a little bit. They weren't ending, but we weren't doing as many as we were. So they would start doing other experiments to go along with the blast. Thermal imaging, night vision imaging. They'd just start doing all sorts of different things, see if they could come up with something. And at that point, they started also doing testing on seismic events. And this one was hard for me to come up with because I'm like, okay, the University of Utah does seismic events, it's a seismology department.
Yeah.
I found out it was the government's way of trying to create seismic events by placing the tunnels we were talking about where they didn't do the nuclear or atomic testing, they just did the high yield explosions.
Mhm.
They were thinking about putting those on like the San Andreas Fault and seeing if they could start an earthquake.
Yeah. Hey, Steve, Lilith has made a comment. I don't know if you have to do it through YouTube or how you go about it.
I am not sure.
There's so many comments that I am missing so much stuff.
Yep, I have no idea. I'll have to look at that.
All right.
So, then people in the late 70s, early 80s, I know we talked about this before where things come in patterns. Late 70s, early 80s was the start of the next wave of UFO sightings.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a large number of UFO sightings across the Nevada desert.
Yeah.
And it seemed like everybody was saying they're going to the Groom Lake facility.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well,
that added to the conspiracy theory.
Yeah. Well, when you watch any movie, like even, I know I've referenced it quite a bit, but the Area 51 movie, you know, when there's the guy sitting out front of the right by the alien, somewhere right around there, and they're trying to interview people, and they're just sitting there watching over the mountain into Groom Lake. And anywhere you see, they're all sitting there because they see them flying in and out.
Oh yeah, you go out to the little alien. You will see there's an RV park close by. You will see
Yeah.
nothing but guys with cameras and telephoto lenses, and that's all they're trying to do is capture something. And
Mhm.
they're capturing a lot.
Oh yeah.
And it all seems to be going towards Area 51. So Area 51 went from 1950s all the way up through the 90s as being
Mhm.
our test facility and partial conspiracy theory base to once you once you start talking about the UFO sightings of the 80s, the 90s, and the 2000s, now the conspiracy side takes over even more than the secretive testing facility does. Wow, now I'm being shot at by something.
Sorry, I'm laughing at the last comment. Yeah, dude, that literally sounds like gunshots going off out there.
Man, it's usually echoes pretty bad through here because we got the larger buildings just on the other side of the arterial. It echoes back on us. But yeah, when they do fireworks, we can definitely hear them.
Yeah.
So
All right,
I've shown you the map of Area 51. Welcome to the main gate of Area 51.
Yep.
You go to Rachel, Nevada, enjoy a nice hamburger at the little alien at the diner there. Of course, grab some alien sunglasses and the alien bobbleheads. And then you take a 7-mile trip out to this front gate.
Yep.
And a lot of people think I make it to this gate. If I can crash this gate, I'm in Area 51. Well, if you look at the gate, Area 51 is not over the next hill. It's over the
No,
second
it's
hill.
yeah, it's
Once
quite
you
a
make
ways
it
away.
a straight line distance, once you make it past that gate, all you've got is a straight line 5 mile uphill walk. You get
Yep.
to go downhill a
Uh,
little bit on the other side of the small hill, but then you get to go up the big hill.
yep. And Linux, we're actually gonna talk about that in a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
storm the gate party's coming up.
Yep.
Hold on one
Um,
second. Mike,
yep.
talk for a second.
Okay, I'm
I'm gonna
talking about how I'm
I'm
going.
gonna put you on the spot.
Put me on the spot.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm actually. Yep. Give me 1 second here. I'm actually figuring this out here. Okay, so all I have to do is well, I can do that. I don't know if you guys can see that now, but that Mark Roy he's put in timeout. I can do that for 24 hours. So he's not able to. Okay.
Got his
What?
message out to all
Okay.
16 of you.
Yeah. Oh, gee, what a fucking absolute nut job. Holy shit. I was trying my hardest to sit here quietly and read messages on the computer, on my phone, talk and go, oh my God, I need to tell this guy to shut the fuck up. He's going to get punched through the goddamn computer.
Anyways, so
my rant's over.
So anybody
He's
that
in
wants to
timeout.
go out to Rachel, Nevada, and take a trip out to the gate, yes, you can go right up to the stop sign.
You know,
do not put
Jenna,
one toe
most
past
things
that
don't
line.
really bother me, to be completely honest. I can just sit here and go about my day, but I'm trying to read all the comments and all I'm seeing is all this conspiracy stuff fly, all this political stuff fly, and I can't see what everybody else is saying. So that's what was annoying me.
I was trying to keep up with putting people's chats on the screen, but it was going so fast. Anyway, hey, aliens don't bring out all the nut jobs.
Yeah,
that is us, isn't it?
Yeah. Anyway,
we are the nut jobs.
So where were we at, Steve?
So you go out, you can go right up to this gate, but I will tell you, do not cross this gate.
Oh, okay, so now my headphones came back on.
Hey,
I think the NSA's, yeah, it's going from my headphones to the computer, so I didn't know what was. Huh. Anyway, where were we at?
So, the front gate of Area 51. You guys go to Nevada. It's a nice hour, hour and a half car ride to get up to the little alien in Rachel, Nevada, and then 7 miles up the dirt road. And it's a nice, well-maintained dirt road. But during your time there, do not cross anything that says do not enter. If you do, you will get to meet the camo dudes. And I know a lot of people, especially the guys at Storm Area 51. Thank you, Mom. I appreciate the birthday wishes. And I did get your card today. Thank you very much.
And you turn what, 24 tomorrow, right?
25.
25, okay.
Yeah. So this is going to come as a shock, probably even to you, Mike. I don't know. To me, the camo dudes, that's the tourist attraction.
Mm-hmm. Oh, 100%. That's nothing.
Camo dudes do not take crap, but their whole mission is to just keep you off Area 51, keep you from crossing that line. And if you do cross a line, their job is to turn you over to the Lincoln County Sheriff's Department.
Yep.
who will give you a trespassing citation, which I believe last time I researched it was $1,290,
Yeah, it's
and
not cheap.
you have a trespass notice that you're not allowed within so many feet of that gate anymore, and they will prosecute.
Hmm.
But these aren't the guys to be afraid of. These are just the camo dudes. They're the tourist attraction, just like the front gate is a tourist attraction.
Hmm.
All right. So, what are they hiding in there, Mike?
What do I? Oh, 100% they're hiding aliens.
Do you think they're really hiding aliens?
Oh, do I believe that they are doing testing for, military craft? Yes, 100%. But I believe there are aliens, alien ships, everything there.
Yeah,
I always have.
I believe you too.
There's again, you're really not going to get any hardcore evidence of it. No, you're gonna. To me, it's all just hearsay, or even if they put stuff in the news, you're not really going to get real evidence of it unless it's just plain and obvious. But I've always believed, because I mean, hell, I've got military bases right here by my house,
Oh yeah,
and they have security there, but it's not as secure as Area 51. So there's
well,
more than just
if you
research
want to
going
have
on.
a good time, I actually did this the day we announced we were going to do the Area 51. I pulled up Google Maps
Oh, I
and
did.
I followed the fence line around,
Mhm.
and then I looked closer, and you can see where they've done some work, but there's no fences there.
No.
That's the area you need to be afraid of.
Yes. They
No,
I've
it's
looked
not landmines, but I guarantee
they
if a gnat farts out there, they will hear it.
yeah, there are audio sensors, video cameras, there are
Seismic
appar-
sensors.
yeah, there's apparently carbon dioxide or carbon monoxide dioxide, yeah, sensors. So people breathing, they see it and hear it all.
So yeah, there's you
Yeah,
can drive
yeah,
out of that front gate and not see a camo dude.
yeah,
And you just act like you're going to put your toe across that line and that alarm
and
goes off. That small ridge behind the gate will line with these white pickups.
yep. Um, I've heard Linux. I've heard they have moved aliens from there. The last thing that I really heard was his name was J Rod. I think it was the name they
I
had
was
given
just
the
listening
alien.
about J Rod today.
Yeah, and he's the one that I believe was from Roswell.
Yes.
That all the other aliens were moved and put elsewhere, but they kept him there because he was the one that was helping them.
Yeah, it started out from everything I've read about J Rod, it started out he thought he was a prisoner,
Right.
but it went from there to I'm helping these guys now.
Yeah.
So, and I honestly believe that just based on videos I've seen of people that have camped near Area 51 and videoed craft coming into Area 51, I honestly believe that we have aliens landing there quite often.
hmm Well, I mean, well, I believe he was telling them about giving them information on how the craft works and why they come here and what they're doing and all that. And so that's why they kept going there to Area 51. Sweeping all the 3i
I
Atlas info under the rug. The
yes,
the video, I've seen quite a few of those videos of J-Rod, and that's
There are a
one
few.
out of all the videos I've seen. Yeah, that's one that I 100% believe is
Yeah.
legitimate.
Now, to
And
answer Nadine's
yes,
question, I don't know. Some videos have said he had passed
I've
away. Some say he's still
I've
alive.
everything I've heard, like majority of it says he's still alive. And Lilith, yes.
Yeah, NASA's
Oh,
sweeping everything under the rug.
I hate I like what NASA did in the beginning. I can't stand what they do now. They lie about everything. They don't want to confront the truth on things. But yeah,
So
3i Atlas, that's definitely
I'm taking the rest of my notes
Mhm.
and just kind of put them aside for now because I honestly believe. Hold on, I have a note here for Area 1.
Yeah, we were going to talk about Area 1. Let me pull this up real quick cuz I had it on here too.
Okay, Area 1. I'm sorry, the tunnel I showed you that I called Area 12. That is
That
the
was the
Area
area.
1 tunnel.
Yes.
That is the main entrance. And the way I know it was the main entrance, I forgot about it in the beginning. It was the only tunnel entrance that had a rail line going into it.
Yeah.
There's rails throughout the whole tunnel system, but Area 1 was where the trucks would come in and drop off the parts or drop off the bomb. They'd put it on a rail cart and bring it in.
Hey, quickly pull up the tunnel map that you had.
The tunnel map?
Yeah. Cuz I wanted to look
I
at
had a better copy to actually read the index, but
Yeah, I was trying to read that, but I'm looking at a map here
this one?
and yeah, give me 1 second here. Let me
So yeah, I can't even read it on my computer where I downloaded it. But yeah, I do believe that is the Area 1 entrance.
So, if you look at this map right here that shows all the roads and stuff, I know it's got a glare on it going across.
Well, let me get rid of this map so it's bigger.
Yeah. Okay. So, see here the roads and the where the planes land. Yeah, airfield, that's the word. So if you flip this around like this, so I'm looking at it on the screen, it almost matches those tunnels. So when you pulled up that tunnel map, I was holding them side by side and they look almost like those tunnels are running underneath these.
Yes, they
and
are.
This part right here is the part that goes up to the right where the arrow was pointing up that way.
Yep.
So
yeah, that tunnel is the one I said, if you lined them up on a map, that is a straight line.
Yep.
I mean, it's not like wait, I got to go around this little mountain and then this little mountain. It's a straight line to that airfield. There's a few things coming on Atlas. I was going to talk to Mike after we were done and maybe do an update on next week on 3i Atlas.
Yes, I
there
definitely
is
do.
more information that's come out privately, not from NASA, of course.
Right. If you guys want to watch anything about 3i Atlas, the YouTuber I believe is the Angry Astronaut is his name. He does a lot of stuff on all of that, and it's really good. So check that out. You guys will hear soon if it's true. December. As Above, So Below. That was one of the greatest movies ever made.
As Above, So Below. I think I've seen it, but it's been a while.
Yeah, it's the one that takes place in Paris where they go into the catacombs And in order for them to get out of the catacombs, they have
I
to
have
go
seen it.
deeper
Yeah,
into it.
I have seen it.
It was really cool. Santa sleigh, maybe.
That would be cool if Santa was actually on the 3-Eye Atlas. That would
Riding 3-Eye Atlas.
Christmas. So,
Get a close up and you see Santa through a porthole.
I'm going to give you a quick rundown of what I think Area 51 looks like, and then I'll let you give me a rundown of what you think it looks like. So,
Of what?
on
Sorry.
the outside,
Outside. Okay, go ahead.
on the outside of Area 51, it looks like the map we've been showing you.
Right.
Just an airfield.
Right.
But if you look up at the very top, you see little squares that kind of go into the hills. And I think that's what Mike was talking about.
Yeah. I was about to use my cursor again. Right.
You know, I've used my cursor so many times. Let me see if I can blow it up and get those better. So you got things like that one.
Hey, I can see your cursor now.
Well, yeah, I'm on the other monitor.
Oh.
So you got two black voids where it just kind of ends right there at the end of the dry lake. And that coincides with a rise in elevation going into that mountain, heading back towards the gate, towards Rachel.
Right.
Okay. So 100% believe there are tunnels up there. I think what you see on the outside is exactly what the federal government has said it is. It's a testing facility for the F-117, for the next generation hypersonic, sixth generation fighter jets that are capable of up to Mach 9. This is the perfect place for them to test because there is nothing out there for hundreds of miles.
Right.
I think you go into a few of the buildings and you can take some elevators down.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where all the things we're talking about come to life.
Right.
I truly believe, whether with J-Rod's help or any aliens' help, or whether we're doing it on our own, we are reverse engineering things out there.
Yeah. Auto refilling, coffee pot, and about tree fitty. Yeah. Like you said, I agree. We see what they want us to see, and yes, the testing facility on top.
Yeah.
But like I spoke about earlier, people have asked where are everything they dig out to make these underground tunnels and laboratories and bases and all, where are they putting it all? And the only explanation that I have ever gotten that made sense was from that video. Like, yeah, I mean, the size of these tunnels here was from a miner whose family had owned a mine right next to Groom Lake, that they pulled all the stuff out and all the dirt, everything, and they went and they were backfilling his old mines.
I could believe in that.
Right.
But I can't remember what show it was, whether it was Mythbusters or one of the scientific shows on like the History Channel or something like that, where they were trying to figure out, would it be possible to tunnel from Los Alamos to Area 51? And somebody said that they can try heat to melt the rock.
Yes, I've seen that as well.
And it worked.
Yeah. That it was basically turning it into glass.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the same. Yep. The same guy that same miner guy, he mentioned that on there as well, that they weren't only taking the dirt and stuff and putting it in other mines like his family mine, but they were also melting it.
But I mean, you live out near the Utah desert, the Utah Nevada desert.
Right.
How many times have you driven I don't know, let's say from Salt Lake to Wendover. What is that, an hour? Hour and a half?
Hour and a half, 2 hours
How
max.
many dump trucks have you seen go down that road? I mean, the times I was driving, I'd probably say tens of thousands of dump trucks.
I've honestly never seen a single one, but I don't go out there that often.
Once I I've seen some that cross into Utah, but you'll see a lot more once you leave Wendover and start going like towards Elko, because
Yeah,
there
and
are
see,
still a lot of active gold mines out there.
yeah, and see,
And
I've
there are
never.
gold mines that are closing. So
Mhm.
nobody would question a dump truck rolling down the road with a full load of dirt going to a gold mine that's closed and dumping the dirt in it.
Right. That's the thing is it's not going to be questioned. It's
Right.
it's
I've
like
thought about it since I started doing this, started researching this topic, and I remember when I was driving truck out there, I would actually run with some of these guys that were hauling dirt,
mhm,
and we'd talk on the CB, and we just have a great time.
yeah,
And after doing research this past 2 weeks, I'm like, I wonder if I've been running with a guy who's taking dirt out of the new tunnel system over between Area 51 and S4,
yeah,
and he's just bringing it out to an abandoned gold mine to dump it.
yeah.
Nobody would ever
Well,
question that.
no, I mean, you said it right. You would never know. It makes you think. I mean, I went like just quick side story. I went hiking a couple weeks ago and went up to City Creek Canyon, and we were going up to the trail to where you would park, and there's a roadblock and two guys in like safety vests saying we can't go up there. There's a whole bunch of down power lines. We're like, okay, well, we knew they were doing some construction, but there's no way. So you could walk through Memory Grove and go all the way up, just going around. There was absolutely zero power lines down. And as we got up to the top, we were sitting there watching them take dump truck after dump truck out of there. And we're like, why? What were they doing? Because the road didn't go much farther than we were at. So it's like, what are they doing? It makes you think. And I mean, they're doing the whole new, what is it? The nuclear reactor they're doing up here in
Yeah.
Brigham City.
Yep.
So it just kind of made me and my buddy wonder, are they doing something up City Creek Canyon that people don't know about?
Yep. I've had people in Utah tell me that there is no way that anybody, members of the LDS Church, that
Mhm.
really active, dedicated members of the LDS Church are telling me there is no way that anybody could dig into a mountain to create a tunnel. And all I can think of is really, you got to go check out the LDS archives up Provo Canyon in the big
Yeah.
drilled out mountain.
Yep. I know exactly what you're talking about. It's nothing to see here. Move along, City Creek, close to the Capitol. Nah. It was just funny because we're we started thinking about it, and you can see where they had put in new power poles for the power lines. And whenever they do that, they generally just auger the hole, or they'll take out the old one, put in the new one, and there's not a ton of dirt left over. And it's like, okay, we saw like probably 8 dump truck fulls take off. And it's like, okay, where is this coming from? What are they doing? And there's no explanation to it. We never
Yeah.
figured it out. Never will. And
No.
the only thing that I saw from anywhere was that they were doing construction next to the treatment plant or something like that. But you can walk pretty much all the way up to it, and there was nothing. So,
Um, I'm going to say for Area 51, I'm going to say 10% aliens land there. it's not where they come all the time. But yeah, I think aliens do visit Area 51.
Oh yeah.
Area 51 to me is we have found the wreckage at Roswell. We have found the wreckage and somehow stole it from the Russians from the Russian UFO that crashed, or the one in
Right.
Switzerland. And we're reverse technologying everything. We're reverse
Yeah.
engineering all of it.
Yep.
And I mean, honestly, with our defense budget, I wouldn't expect us not to. Right? It's just the normal thing to do.
Yeah.
You know?
It's
So
I
there are a lot of conspiracies, and for Area 51, I believe 90% of them.
oh easily
Yeah,
90% of them.
yeah,
Like you said earlier, the whole military aspect up top.
yeah,
Yeah, that's they're really not hiding any of that. They tell you they're doing testing there.
yeah.
It's what's underneath that.
That's what they keep a secret.
Yeah. Yeah, and to me, logic says if you ask, okay, well, what's underneath it, and they say, oh, well, we can't tell you. We don't tell you anything. Well, obviously you're hiding something. Obviously, you're doing something. So I believe there are ships there. I believe there are aliens there still. I don't necessarily think they're alive.
I would like to think that J Rod's still there or alive.
I would say he's alive. I would think he's alive. Um, but of course we don't know. Um, but I believe there's bodies there at least.
So, so yes, I believe personally. I've heard that the levels go down as little as 4 levels and as deep as 1,000 feet.
Yeah, I've heard that there was one place that said like 25 levels deep, something like around there,
Yeah,
which would each floor, I think in a building, they generally constitute every 10 feet, 10 to 12 feet is a level.
yeah, that's about right. So yeah, I see it going down quite a bit. I see it more
Yeah.
than 4 levels.
Mm-hmm.
And was it Robert that asked about the EMP?
Oh, no. Nobody type because it'll go down.
Yes, the
Sorry,
Navy has tested an EMP weapon,
yeah. Okay. So,
but EMP weapons have actually been part of the military arsenal in some form or another, dating all the way back to the 60s at the
yeah.
Golden Eye program. So it was a
Yeah.
Golden Eye
So
pulse weapon.
my thing on them is do I believe? Yes, 100%. So there's a guy who does a podcast, Sean Ryan. I don't know if you've ever seen his stuff.
I've listened to Sean Ryan quite a bit.
Okay, so we had a guy on there who worked as maintenance in Antarctica at their stations down there. And the guy had the keys to every single door in the whole place, which generally no one did, because there's certain places each person can go. Well, because he was maintenance, he was allowed everywhere. And he was in one of the offices while the people were having some sort of briefing on an earthquake that hit somewhere. And apparently it was them using EMPs and other stuff in Antarctica. They were testing them and they're causing, they can cause earthquakes and all sorts of other crazy stuff to happen.
Yeah.
Now the legitimacy of that, I don't know. But it was very interesting, to hear if we have the technology that you can sit in Utah, push a button, and Australia has level 10 earthquakes throughout the whole country,
That's I know Linux just said WW3 will be EMPs. EMPs, the way I understand it, I don't think that's going to be WW3. I think it's going to be more along the lines of what you're talking about, a weapon that can manipulate weather. You know,
Yeah.
create earthquake, create tornadoes, hurricanes,
Yeah.
and I know EMP's part of that.
Yeah. EMPs,
EMPs,
I've
I
looked
think,
into that a lot, and those things are unreal.
yeah.
And the destruction that could come from that is mind-boggling.
So, um, so yeah, EMPs have been tested in the U.S. Navy, tested accurately. The, going back to the 1960s and GoldenEye pulse weapons,
Mhm.
that's where it first started out. And the GoldenEye, even though it's Navy, was tested right there in Area 51.
Yep. I am going to find something, and I'm going to see if I can find this guy that. Oh, okay. Here's what it is. South Pole earthquake weapon, the largest DEW direct energy weapon, is what it was. So let me 1 second here. Let me see if I can copy this.
While you're looking that up, I'm looking something up too, because it goes
Okay,
along
so
with the conspiracy theories.
yeah, is it gonna let me? Oh, there we go. So that is the video that I was talking about. The guy said that he had the weapon that they can cause earthquakes anywhere.
So, where is it? Oh, got it. I'm looking all over the place, looking at Facebook.
I know I sent it in the chat on YouTube or on our video.
I'll check that out.
It's really cool.
How long is it?
This one is just a 57-second video.
All right.
But if you look at that guy, like you search for him on Sean Ryan's show, you'll see it.
All right. Before we move on, all right, let's go here and hit.
What are you blowing the whistle on?
That there are technologies South Pole Station that people can't even consider that exist on this planet.
Like what?
Directed energy weapon systems is something that people need to get into their vocabulary fast. The ice cube neutrino detector is not simply a passive listening device as presented for the science that they're claiming it to do. It also has the capacity to transmit. There are embedded in the ice what are called digital optical modules, DOMs. They're about the size of a basketball. The array embedded in the ice is 1 kilometer by 1 kilometer by 1 kilometer. It is the world's largest telescope. And now, because we have proven that it can transmit, it's the world's largest directed energy weapons system. It is responsible for the earthquakes in Christchurch, New Zealand in 2011 on the front end of the year.
How do you know for a fact that that was responsible for that?
Because I was present and I have gone over this with the pertinent people, that I will not be releasing their names.
You saw that, Tets? Isn't that crazy? It just, it doesn't that just, legitimate or not, doesn't that make you think of like just how ridiculous things can be?
It is. I mean, if you just listen to him talking about just the South Pole, it is ridiculous. It's unbelievable. But then you hear people saying the exact same thing at Area 51, Dugway Proving Grounds, secretive military bases, Los Alamos. You're getting it all over the place. Eventually, you have to say, maybe this stuff's true.
Yeah.
If it's
I 100% believe it.
Different locations.
Yeah. Well, most people, you can tell when they're just feeding you full of shit. You can tell when they're lying through their teeth. They have a tell. And when you look at, I can't remember the guy's name, but when you watch like the whole interview, he is just straight faced and I mean, knows what he's talking about. Like he's not feeding you full of shit.
Yeah.
Almost like, here's the truth. If you don't believe it, well, that sucks to be you.
All right. So I think you and I believe the exact same thing on what's going on here. And that belief is we will never know the extent of what's going on there.
No, you won't.
But we'll see little bits and pieces. For example, the stealth fighter, the stealth bomber. I know for a while they were testing the Comanche helicopter out there that was supposed to take over the Apache. But unfortunately, it had some serious setbacks, so they canceled it. The more I see put out, I know Americans are smart. Americans are intelligent. But I don't think our scientists are any more intelligent than German scientists or British scientists. So why was it for God knows how many years we were the only ones that had stealth technology? And the rest of the world is just now starting to get stealth technology, and we're up to 6th gen.
Yeah. It I don't know. The only
to me that
way
just
that
screams
seems
outside help.
Yeah, that's the only thing is we have to have somebody helping us, somebody or something.
Thank you. I got a question I can actually answer. Why did they name it after Indians?
Name what?
The helicopters, Comanche, Apache.
Oh.
It is actually because they went out and they talked to the tribes to find out if it would be okay first. Before they name a helicopter, they wanted to keep them named after Native Americans, which are great fighting spirits. And they wouldn't do it unless the tribes agreed to it. And once the tribes agreed to it, they actually showed up, or they either flew a helicopter out to the tribe, or they had officials of the tribe go to Fort Rucker, Alabama, and host special ceremonies to bless the first helicopter.
Really?
Yes. So the Apache tribe actually came out and they did a presentation, they did a blessing on the helicopter, and they are all for it. But the military did it right. They went and they go out and they ask the tribe's permission before they do it. And it is to honor the fighting spirit of Native Americans.
That's really cool.
All right.
Okay, I think I finally found.
Conspiracies.
So what?
Tons of conspiracies at this place.
Oh yeah.
You and I believe a vast majority of them.
Yep.
Somebody earlier asked about Storm Area 51. And I wanted to talk about Storm Area 51, but not from a Sergeant Shenanigator standpoint, but from somebody that's actually done some work at secure classified facilities. And I am going to, none of this is classified. You can actually look up the military doctrine on how the military responds. And during this, you'll find out why I call the camo dudes the tourist attraction. All right. So Storm Area 51, in my opinion, made its first mistake by advertising on Facebook, by advertising on social media. Because that gave the Department of Defense and the National Security Administration and the Defense Intelligence Agency all the names they needed to start running backgrounds on.
Yep.
So
that, well,
from what I had not ended up at a party in Rachel, Nevada.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Had it not just ended up at a party in Rachel, Nevada, not 1.5 million people, of course, but a large party. Had they actually tried
Right.
to storm Area 51, many, many things would have taken place in about a 30-minute process. The
Yep.
minute 20 or 30 vehicles at the same time turn left at Rachel, Nevada, and start going up that dirt road, license plate readers are catching their plate numbers. They're running background on everybody in there. The camo dudes have drones up in the air, and they're trying to identify who the leaders are. And that's usually the jackass that's got the passenger window down, pretty much almost standing up, yelling at everybody behind him, let's go, let's take it. Well, now
Yep.
they've identified the leader. The
Take
very
out
first
the
thing that's
leader
going to happen in that
and
little 7-mile stretch is 2 F-35s are going to come buzzing you at about 50 feet off the ground. On public land, not you haven't even crossed the gate yet. You are still on public land, and you are going to be harassed by F-35s or F-22s. The Thunderbirds might even join in just for fun, and they are going to be buzzing you at the speed of sound. So you are going to hear them coming, and you're going to feel that sonic boom. And that's going to slow you down. So that 7-mile trek now becomes about a 20-minute, 25-minute trek to the gate. During that time, more F-35s are coming up to harass you because they are just going to Nellis bombing and gunnery range.
Yep.
They're allowed to fly 50 feet off the deck out there. So they're just harassing you for fun. But while they're harassing you and slowing you down, camo dudes have started lining that first ridge. Some of the other camo dudes are going to the backside to make sure nobody's trying to flank them. But you have no idea, even on the public land, how many cameras and motion sensors and ground sensors there are, even on the public side, not even on the secure base side. So they know you're coming way before you get to that gate. The reason the F-35s are buzzing you is it's a way to try and break that crowd in half. Half or more are going to go, these guys aren't playing games. We're going back to Rachel and having another burger. So now you've already cut the group down in half. Finally, 20, 25 minutes later, you make it to the front gate. And another half decide they're leaving because they see that ridge is lined with camo dudes. You've made it to that gate now. What has happened from the time the F-35 stopped buzzing you to the time that you see camo dudes up on the ridge is a phone call was made to Nellis Air Force Base. Usually, at a minimum, there are 3 units of quick reactionary force. One's off duty, one's on duty, and one's training. Ideally, there's 4. At Area 51, I would assume it's 4. So you've got the 4th one that's doing equipment cleaning. Well, the 3 back at Nellis that are off, training, and cleaning, they're put on standby and they're bussed over to Janet Airlines.
Yep. Just
camo dudes
another non-existent terminal.
Yep. And so camo dudes are trying to hold the gate. Right now, nobody, they're contemplating because you got, 10, 12 vehicles facing 10 or 12 camo dudes. Half of the guys at the gate are probably going to turn around and go back and have a burger back in Rachel again.
Yep.
So let's say 5 vehicles finally decide we're going through this gate. Camo dudes are not going to shoot you. Kind of. They're going to shoot you with rubber bullets. Over the next 5 miles, you are in a non-lethal equipment that's being sent your way. Rubber bullets, tear gas, pepper balls. You are being bombarded. And they are going to try to do an electromagnetic pulse to disable your vehicle.
Yep.
They've got 5 miles to stop you before you get to the airfield. What's going on back at the airfield is everything has gone into lockdown. Somebody has breached the gate, the doors are shut, and there is no way you are opening any of those doors from the outside.
No, not at all.
way. At this point, whoever's in charge of the Groom Lake facility has made a call to the Department of Defense or Department of War, whichever one you want to call it, and said, we've had an incursion here, which puts Nellis Air Force Base, Hill Air Force Base, the Air Force Base in Phoenix, the Air Force Base in California, China Lakes Naval Air Station, Fallon Naval Air Station, they have all gone alert.
They're all keeping an eye out.
Air traffic over Nevada, other than military aircraft, has come to a stop because they are going to be launching the Quick Reactionary Force. They're going to be launching more F-35s coming in from all directions, F-22s from the Navy. And still, they're not looking to kill you. They don't want. If you talk to any of these contractors, they will tell you exactly the same philosophy I had back when I was in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to kill you. Too much paperwork.
Too much paperwork.
Too much paperwork.
Yep. It makes me. Skynet stops.
Yeah. Actually, Skynet's probably pretty close to what stops them.
Yep.
You are talking about similar to the Pentagon, similar to the CIA. Advanced AI runs Area 51 now. It runs their counter surveillance. It runs their any anti-aircraft weapons. It runs what it needs to run to protect that base.
Yep.
So out of the 6 that crashed the gate, let's assume all 6 made it to the airfield. I'm sure the EMP blast would have stopped their vehicles and it would have been over at that point. But let's assume they make it to the airfield. During the time, that little 5-mile stretch, during that time, the Department of Defense has notified the FBI, the Defense Intelligence Agency, the National Security Agency, the CIA, which the CIA actually has offices in Area 51. And you can find that in the telephone directory. They have CIA at Area 51 and Nellis. So you have got a boatload of people coming at you. Quick Reactionary Force, the 3 units from Nellis have landed on the ground. The 4th unit inside one of the offices has come out. You're now facing overwhelming firepower from a Quick Reactionary Force that is no longer just camo dudes. This is probably all retired Navy SEALs, special operators, and they're not playing games. So your 2 choices are you have 3 choices. Advance on the airfield and hope the QRF doesn't take you out. Turn around and go back down the road towards Rachel, Nevada, and hope that the camo dudes don't take you out. And if they don't, that you make it by the Lincoln County Sheriffs. And if you can make it by them, hopefully the FBI HRT is not rolling up the road fast enough to meet you halfway.
Yeah.
Or the third option is to take your car and drive it as fast as you can down the dirt trails into the gunnery range. So you're going to jail, you're going to jail, you're going to die. Those are your 3 choices.
Yeah. Yep. So the best one, just don't try to sneak on.
No. Go out, take a picture of the front gate, go around to the back gate, take a picture there.
Yep.
Go up to a few of the higher peaks. You can see the airfield. You can't see the buildings, but you can see the airfield.
Yeah. I've often wondered ever since watching the movie and how they go through, you know, wearing the like the neoprene suits or whatever they wore, and then filling it with nitrogen to throw off the heat. I know it's all just bullshit, but it's like, okay, it's made me wonder, how far do you think you could get doing that?
You know, you could probably get really good if all you had was thermal.
Yeah.
But you got a thermal imaging camera next to a night vision camera, next to a motion sensor, next to a seismic sensor, next to
And he in the show, they talk about the seismic sensors they have out there. It looks like just a piece of a blade of grass sticking out.
and for
You know,
anybody
and it's
that
like,
is interested in what a seismic device looks like, a sensor, you can see them kind of.
Mhm.
They are about every 20 to 25 feet on the White House lawn.
Yep.
Anytime you
It's
see
just-
a picture of the White House lawn, that
They're little
beautiful
antennas.
lawn, you are looking at seismic sensors, motion sensors, everything in the ground that will register a mouse walking across that grass.
Mhm.
So, yes, if you ever decide that you want to go storm Area 51, stop at Rachel, Nevada, and rethink your life choices.
Yeah. And don't let me know you're going. I don't want to be involved in that.
No,
And
I will personally go up and take a picture of the gate. I have no
Yep.
problem doing that. That's a tourist. That's a
Yep.
tourist thing.
well, like you
But-
said, the biggest problem was the fact that they announced it.
Yeah,
You know, if they would have just all those people would just show up and everybody goes flying in, you're still not going to make it, but your chances are better than them saying, okay, well, we know these idiots are coming on the first. Let's just stand and wait.
honestly, what I was thinking was going to happen on the storm Area 51. I honestly thought they were going to storm the gate and win.
Yeah.
And get to the
I-
airfield, and everything's buttoned up. There is not
Yep.
a soul in sight. There's nothing you can do. And you're just going to be sitting on that runway going, really soon, the FBI is going to come chasing me down.
Yep.
Period. End of story. You know, and I guarantee that with NSA, CIA, FBI, I guarantee while you're crashing that gate, you're going to get a phone call from somebody.
Mhm.
And it's going to go along lines of, are you sure you want to do this stupid shit?
Yep. You got about 2 seconds to turn around or your
Get
world
that.
crumbles.
Yep. But I honestly think, personally, if you were to break into Area 51, they would just arrest you at the flight line.
Mhm.
And that's it. I don't think they'd shoot you. I don't think.
No. The only
But
way I
there's
think that
nothing you're going to see.
no, the only way you'd get shot is if you went there armed and were waving it around like a lunatic.
Again, if you're going to come up with a Storm Area 51 program, don't post it on Facebook, because you're just giving all of the 3-letter agencies time to find out if you're anti-American, if you're a concealed weapons holder, if you own
Yep.
weapons. They're going to do deep dives into all of you.
And I don't want them knowing any of that about me.
No, I will be more than happy to sneak into one of the buildings at maybe an old abandoned asylum or an old abandoned military base. I got no problem doing that. Hey,
Yep.
let's break into Area 51. I only have one common sense left, and it's telling me no.
Yeah, ain't gonna happen. As much as I want to know every last detail about it and what's in there, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I'll let somebody else do all the legwork, and I'll just reap the rewards and read about it online.
So, I will tell you that through my research and what we talked about last time before Thanksgiving, I actually did have a friend that when he was in the Air Force, he served up there.
Mhm.
And he was brutally honest. He goes, there's stuff I knew absolutely nothing about. Once you get there, you are compartmentalized.
Yep. You don't know
So
what the
yeah,
next person does. You don't know what's in the next building. You don't know any.
this,
Like
this
Lazar
is the
said in
little
his.
thing you're working on.
Yep. Well, Lazar said it in the interview. Well, in many interviews, I worked on one section of
Yeah.
this one specific thing, and I wasn't even allowed to talk to the people that worked
Yep.
on the other parts. So,
And the only reason you're not allowed to talk to the other people that are working on other parts is so you don't accidentally figure it out.
mhm,
They do not
pretty
want
much.
you to know until it is fully implemented and tested. They don't want you to know what you're building. Because your little piece that's this big that you work on 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, could be the end of Earth once it's
Yep.
all put together, and they don't want you to know that.
Pretty much.
So that's what's going to happen if you crash Area 51 gate. And once you get to the airfield, you're going to be sorely disappointed because you get to see an airfield that you can see from Google satellite images.
Mhm.
You're not getting into any buildings. You're not getting into anything. The only
That's
people you're going to meet are the quick reactionary force and their nice submachine guns.
yeah, that's what I didn't understand about it is what did they think they were going to accomplish with that? Because any common sense says you're not getting into anything in there. All you're
Yeah.
going to do is stand on the tarmac.
Hey, honestly,
you're
what are they going to do? Shoot us all? How many times did you hear that?
mhm.
Are they going to shoot us all? Well, you do realize that the Air Force has big machine guns on some of these jets that fire 5 to 6,000 rounds a minute. So the
Yeah.
answer to your question, I believe, would be yes.
Yeah. And it'll happen
You
pretty
know,
damn quick.
if Bubba from down south says I'm going to take him on with my hunting rifle and my 12 gauge, you've never seen an A10 Warthog.
Nope. It's
I'm not taking away from Bubba down south. He's probably a pretty dang good shot.
yes, I am.
But we're talking about a guy that sits in
Yep.
a plane that is basically a gun. He
Yep.
is sitting on a gun and lighting up hillsides. He's
The
not even going to
plane
know
is
he hit you.
nope. He'll just know you're not there.
Yep, you were there a second ago. You must have done a U-turn and left. What's that big red splatter? That must be the transmission.
Yep.
So
It's
I'm with this common sense. They don't have that. But what scared me is 1.5 million people didn't have common sense.
yeah.
I mean, imagine had 1.5 million actually showed up.
What makes me wonder is so we all know they turned it into a big party, like a rave or whatever, but what was the turning point? Did one of them get a call and say, if you do what you're planning, shit's going bad fast? Or did they get there and go, nah, we were just joking. We're going to have a party instead? Like, what made them just.
It was weird because I saw an interview from the guy that started it.
Really?
And he started out saying, originally his Facebook post was, "We're storming Area 51. Who's with me? Let's go. We're crashing the gate."
Yep.
And then in an interview with the news, he was like, it started out as a joke. I really wasn't going to do it. It's turned into something I didn't want it to turn into. So, yeah, I believe there may have been a phone call from somebody.
Yeah. I mean, turn into something you didn't want it to. Well, you post anything on social media, it's going to turn into something some point that you don't want it to.
Exactly.
So, yeah,
So,
interesting.
I'm glad it turned into that because I really don't want to find out exactly what would have happened. But to to go back and talk about the camo dudes again. I said camo dudes were the tourist attractions. And they're doing a great job securing the base, but they're the ones that the government wants you to see.
Yeah.
It's the quick reactionary force that you have to worry about. That's the one you don't want to see.
I didn't know there was a Netflix show that covered it. Oh, actually, yeah, I did. I think I heard about it.
Why haven't I?
I think I heard something about them doing something about it, but I never watched or saw a preview for it.
Do you happen to know, hey Nadine,
Huh.
do you happen to know the name of it? I would love to watch it. Oh, no, I did see it. Never mind. I don't need the name, Nadine. I just remembered it. It's called Storming Area 51 on Netflix. It's a documentary.
Yeah. Watch Trainwreck Storm Area 51.
Yep, that's the one. So here is one other thing that led to the entire conspiracy theory around Area 51. On the northwest side of the bombing range is Fallon Naval Air Station.
Mm-hmm.
Just think about this for a second. Fallon Naval Air Station in Fallon, Nevada has a submarine training facility. A submarine training
Really?
facility in the desert.
Huh.
So
I didn't know
kinda
that.
led to
That's
it as
interesting.
well. Matter of fact, I've actually read documents that the submarine facility in Fallon, this one, I don't believe this one at all, man. But the Fallon submarine training facility has a tunnel that goes to the Pacific Ocean, wide enough for a submarine to go through. I have a hard time believing that one, man.
Yeah, that's like the people that I've heard say there is a big, huge underwater tunnel that goes from Loch Ness to every other lake, and that's how nobody finds Ness. No. Yeah.
So, what? My voice is about gone again. Was there anything you wanted to cover?
Mine is too. I think I covered. So I can't stop yawning. I just feel like crap. No, I'm good for.
We'll get you out of here.
Oh wow, I didn't. Well, I didn't realize we had been on for this long. I thought we had been on for like 45 minutes.
No, we're at the end. We're at the end of this chaos. So our Captain Alien's touching down. How my peoples today? Captain Alien music.
We are doing good. Besides being sick, doing great.
Yeah, you did come late. Yeah, we're just wrapping up. So I am going to figure out how to put that list that I found in a PDF and put it on our Facebook page. So anybody that wants to learn about these tunnel systems throughout the Nevada test site, it'll be there hopefully tomorrow.
We appreciate it.
These are all verified. This isn't conspiracy. This is verified information.
Yeah. I don't know. Send me all the pictures as well, or if you have access to our Instagram, put it on our Instagram.
Okay.
Because I know you can't put the PDF up on there. I don't think. I don't think I have anything else to add to it. Do you?
We just got to figure out how to not be sick at the same time.
I do fine, and then my problem is I don't sleep. I've got really bad insomnia, so I'll stay up for so long, sleeping only a couple of hours a day, and then I get to a point where I get sick, and then I crash out. And that's pretty much where I'm at.
Yeah. So, excuse me. Next week, in honor of my daughter's birthdays,
where did I put my book?
We are going to do the Bell Witch next week.
Yes. I have been looking forward to that one. That's going to be fun.
I have to.
Because what I wrote down was, you said, "Ooh, let's embarrass the daughters and do the Bell Witch," and I went, "Hell yeah!"
Yeah, we're going to make sure the daughters are on with us too, so that they can participate in the chat and let us know things they know.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't see them today, so that's odd.
My daughter up in Maine, she's in retail, so Christmas is killing her right now.
Oh yes, I've been there, done that.
My daughter down in Virginia, she's been working, so she's being
that's
killed
good
too. Yeah. But we'll make sure they're on next week.
Yep.
That's what
sorry. I'm sensitive to solar radiation. Yep. I'm crazy, tripping, and manic again. Need sleep. I always need sleep.
Yeah.
Always.
So yeah, join us next week for the Bell Witch.
Yeah.
It's a topic I've researched a little bit, but I need a lot more.
Yeah. And Captain, when you subscribe, we're on pretty much every Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm not sure where you're at, but 6 p.m. East Coast, 4 p.m. Mountain, where I'm at.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Start getting Irish time and Tasmanian time and UK time.
I know Europe for the most part is 7 to 8 hours ahead, and I know Nadine is 14.
Yep.
But I can't even remember my own time half the time.
Salem's Lot. I like that. Salem's Lot. So, anyway, please, before you guys take off, don't forget to like and subscribe. We don't post a lot of just regular videos. Most of our stuff is live, but I'm going to try and change that and post some videos throughout the week as well. Yeah. So if you happen to see that bell down there, hit that, and as soon as we start posting videos, you'll start getting notified.
Yep. I always forget about that. The bell. Click the bell.
Click the bell. Yeah. Midnight Signals Podcast at gmail.com. If you want to reach out to us privately, you can also reach out to us on Facebook. You have any ideas for any upcoming shows? We'd love to hear from you. But if you got nothing else, Alien Mike,
I think I'm good. Other than what you just said, Nadine has sent email.
Sorry.
I was going to say that's a little bit premature there, buddy.
Yeah, it was supposed to be in preview.
Colin, Nadine, they've sent emails. If anybody has anything they want us to talk about, send an email out, send a message out. Because this is our 18th show or something like that. And I'm pretty much almost at the end of the list of what we had.
Yes, we need
to come up with some other stuff.
I can come up with conspiracies that I've heard from my time driving truck, but they're conspiracies where even Art Bell go, no.
Yeah,
I don't want to talk about those.
Yeah, there's just some things that I have no interest in at all, and I like the weirdest of the weird. So, but yeah.
So until next week, everybody. Alien Mike, get feeling better, man. Take care of yourself.
You too. Don't be
We'll
sick
talk
next
to you
week.
throughout the week and get everything lined up for next week's show.
Yep.
And for the rest of you guys, just know that you guys are incredible. We love seeing you on here every week.
Yes.
We love watching the chat. You guys have a great night. Stay safe, stay warm, and stay spooky.